Hey everyone, today I'm going to be giving you my high school advice. Yay, high school. In my previous video I did middle school advice, so if you're going into middle school or you know someone that's going into middle school, definitely check that out. And yeah, just check it out. So today I'm going to be doing a video on high school, and I'm going to be going over freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year, and I'm going to give individual tips for each class, and then tips for overall all grades that include all grades. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's get started. So we're going to get started with freshman year. Freshman year is when you get to start fresh. It's a clean start, so whatever you were middle school year, middle school doesn't matter. Freshman year, no one knows you, or well, most people don't know you, so you get a fresh start, and you get to be whoever you want to be. So definitely take advantage of that, and if you want to be a better person, then go ahead and do it, because it's your chance, your ticket, I would say your ticket to change yourself. So yeah, and change yourself for the better, not for like changing to fit in and stuff like that. Change yourself for the better, not to fit in and stuff. The next thing I would say is go to your orientation, because at orientation they usually take you on a tour of the campus, so you get that advantage of knowing your campus and stuff like that, so that when it I burped so that when it comes to your first day of school, you're not as lost, and you sometimes get to meet new people at orientation, so that's definitely a plus as well. The next thing I would say is that coming into your freshman year, they aren't always welcome. So don't be surprised if people are like, boo freshmen, we hate the freshmen, and don't take it to heart, because it's just the way of high school. Upperclassmen think they're all cool and stuff, so they like to pick on the lower classmen, but don't take it to offense. It's just the way it is, and once you're out of freshman year, you'll be doing the same thing, so don't stress about it. And yeah, it's like a tradition, I would say. It's like tradition to bully the freshmen, but it's not like a bad bully either. It's like freshman and stuff like that. So yeah, don't take it to heart. Another thing would be to be excited about freshman year. Don't be too nervous. I know it's easy to say, oh, don't be nervous, but because I know I was nervous, but still, try to be a little bit more calm and be enthusiastic about it, and you'll have a much better day that day, so be excited. Another thing would be freshman girls. Boys will try to tell you they love you, just like that Taylor Swift song, I forgot how, 15, where it says like, it's your freshman year and you're gonna be here for the next 4 years in this town. Say hello to all those senior boys who look at you and say, you know I haven't seen you around before. 'Cause when you're 15 and somebody tells you they love you, you're gonna believe them. So definitely don't fall for that unless like you feel like it's like really genuine, because upperclassmen boys are ready for fresh meat. So be careful. That's just what I'm gonna tell you. Be careful with boys and stuff like that, so you don't get hurt and stuff like that. The next thing I would say is interact with others. Open up to other people. Don't just stick to one specific group of friends that you already know. Open up and get to know others, because that's always nice to do. So moving on to sophomore year. Sophomore year for me was the worst year ever, because I took my first AP class. Oh, that's what I forgot. For freshman year, set yourself up for success if that's what you want. Set yourself up for good grades and stuff like that, because if you don't do it at the beginning of the year, then you're pretty much screwed for the rest of the years, because you don't know what you want and stuff like that. So if you want to succeed, definitely start with freshman year. It's really important. So get organized and stuff like that. So now, sophomore year. Sophomore year was my worst year because I took my first AP class, and at first it was great, but then I started slowing down and all that. I also developed a eating disorder, and I feel like that really affected me a lot, because I failed 3 of my classes. I failed both semesters of my AP Spanish course, a semester of my English class, and a semester of geometry. And that year was just horrible for me. It was a horrible year for me. And I'm planning on doing a separate video on like my whole eating disorder and all that, so definitely stay tuned for that, because I feel like a lot of girls, especially now, can relate to this story. So I'll talk about it in other videos in the future. So moving on, sophomore year for me was horrible. And I would say to you that now that it's sophomore year, you're definitely more settled. So there's no excuse for you to not be passing all your classes, because you know what you're into. You already know your high school and all this. So stay focused. Don't lose that focus, because every year is important. So don't lose that focus. And if you're falling behind, ask for help, because after that comes junior year. And if you haven't asked for help your sophomore year, you're way behind, and it's going to be so much harder to catch up. So definitely get the help that you need that year. And I don't know what else to say about sophomore year, because sophomore year for me was horrible. So yeah, I'm sorry, but I think that's pretty much it, because sophomore year also, it's like you're just there. You're not a freshman anymore, so you're not new, and you're not an upperclassman. So it's just like you're just there. But yeah, we'll just move on to junior year. Junior year for me was a lot better, because I picked up my grades. I got a 3.8 that year, so it was awesome. I didn't fail any of my classes. I had to take night school though, which for those of you who don't know, or maybe it's not like everywhere, but night school is where high school kids can go and make up the credit that they lost previous years. So I had to go to school in the morning from 8 to 3:30, and then from 6 to 9. So it was hectic, but I did it, and I got a 3.8 that year. So it was all worth it, and I got to make up my grades for the previous classes that I failed, so it was all good. So junior year also, get your shit straight. This is the last year before senior year, and in senior year you can't do anything anymore. All you have to do is keep your grades up, and at the beginning of the year you start applying to colleges. So if you don't get your shit straight your junior year, then you're pretty much screwed, because you can't do anything about it anymore. So definitely make up the classes you need. keep on track with your credits. Talk to your counselor on anything that you may need to do so that you could do it that year, so that it's all ready for you at the beginning of your senior year to apply for colleges. And the other thing I would say is take the SAT and take the ACT and SAT. Don't forget about those. Don't leave it till the last minute. You have to take it at least once your junior year, because those scores are important for colleges. So take it. Don't forget to take it. Don't leave it till last minute, because yeah, you apply to colleges at the beginning of your senior year. So if you leave it till last minute, it's pretty bad. So take it, and take it as many times as you can, because if you can improve your score, that's even better for the colleges. So do so. So now I think that's pretty much it for junior year. So now moving on to senior year. Senior year is the year where you should have the most fun. Enjoy it, cherish every moment. But before you get to that, concentrate on your college applications. College applications are at the beginning of your senior year, so don't leave them till last minute. Don't do that, because if you leave it until the day they're due, sometimes the websites will crash, because a lot of people do leave it till the last minute. So the websites will crash and then you're screwed. So don't leave it till last minute. Do it as early as you can and finish them. Keep your stuff organized. Sorry about that. I got cut off, but yeah. As I was saying, my next point was to keep your stuff organized for college. So any papers that you get sent, keep them. Don't lose them. Keep that organized. And another thing about senior year is this thing called senioritis, which I got very early on. I was tired of school. I was like, F this. I'm done with school. I don't even want to be here anymore, and this and that. But you have to push it. Senioritis should only be until the end of the year, because your grades for senior year still count. So if you get bad grades your senior year, your college acceptance can be taken back. So so don't think that because it's senior year those grades won't matter, because they will. So keep them up so that your acceptance letters will not be taken away from you. So yeah, and also if you fail some of your classes, sometimes you can't graduate. So if you want to graduate, keep your grades up. And then finally, senior year. It's your senior year. Do everything. I would highly recommend you to do everything that year. Go to all the senior events, because it's like your last year to be with all your peers, your friends and all that. So go to everything and cherish every moment of it, because I know now that I'm in college, I always wish that I could go back and just go back to high school. I mean, it was amazing. So definitely cherish those moments, or well, those last moments of high school. So yeah. So now moving on to like the overall thing of high school. My first thing would be to join sports and clubs early on. So if you could do it your freshman year, that's even better, because when you show that you've been in something and dedicated yourself to something since the beginning of your freshman year, that looks so good on your college application. So for example, if you're a cheerleader your freshman year, and then by the end of your senior year you're like cheer captain, that will look amazing on your college resume and stuff like that. And sports, join sports, because a lot of you can get recruited through sports. That's one thing I regret because I didn't join. I was never a sports girl, but I was more into clubs. So I didn't join a club till my 10th grade year and at the end of my 10th grade year. So then I think it would have been a lot better if I would have joined freshman year. But yeah, I joined ASB, which is something I love. I loved ASB. It was amazing, especially because I got to be out of class a lot. But yeah, I loved ASB. So that's one thing I was in. And then I was part of junior committee my junior year, and then senior committee, like planning all the events for senior year. And yeah, those were the clubs that and leadership council, which was an awesome group, which I love. And another thing I would say is to keep procrastination at a minimum, because you will get really stressed out if you procrastinate a lot. So I mean, who am I to say, because I still procrastinate even now in college, and I procrastinated like all the time. But if you can avoid it, definitely do, because then you have like sleepless nights and it's horrible. So definitely try to avoid it as much as you can. The next thing would be, don't make boys your priority. Boys, don't make girls your priority, because at the end of it, it's the grades that should matter. And don't make your boyfriend or girlfriend a distraction for you. I mean, there's relationships in high school don't always work, but there are a few that do work. I'm not saying they all fail, but that's why I would say don't prioritize that over your grades, simply because it may not work out. So definitely keep your grades on top of everything else, so that things are good for you. Things will be good, like ice cream. Yeah. Another thing would be, again, the whole bullying thing. Bullies are everywhere, and hopefully you guys do not get bullied in high school, but if you do, stay strong. Bullies are bullies, and if you are being bullied, tell someone about it. Tell an adult specifically, because they're there to protect you. Or, well, at least I would think. I don't know, my high school, the teachers there were so dedicated, and if you ever had a problem, they were there to listen. So hopefully that's how it is in your school, so that you could tell someone about it. But if you can't tell your teacher, tell your parents. I'm sure they'll understand and want the best for you. Or just tell some kind of adult, because bullying is something horrible that I wish so desperately would not happen. And it's so awful to hear about all these stories about people being bullied, because I know personally I wasn't like severely bullied, but like, again, I was called fat a lot of times. But stay strong, and hopefully you don't get bullied, and hopefully you're not the one bullying others, because that's just horrible, you know. That's just not right. And yeah, just that whole bullying stuff, be careful with that. And the last thing, one of the other things I would say is, every year is important. Don't make it, because some people say like, oh, this year is less important than this year. No, every single year is important. All your grades count, especially when it comes to college applications. They will look from your freshman year to your senior year. So keep those grades up. Don't slack off on them. Take AP classes, because that looks great on your college applications. And join sports and all that because that looks even better. And overall, enjoy high school. Enjoy it to the fullest. High school can be an amazing time, so definitely enjoy it and cherish every moment of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this high school advice video, and my next video will be on applying to colleges and the advice I would give you for that. So I'm gonna go more into detail about college applications and choosing the right college and all this and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, share, anything, comment down below, inbox me questions. I'm here to help you guys if you guys need any advice, and I'll link my Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr down below. So if you guys have any other questions that you would want to ask through my Twitter and Tumblr, or you just want to look at my pictures that I post on Instagram, that sounds kind of creepy, but yeah, I'm just open to anything. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Watched it begin again.